I am thrilled to have the face of Indian cricket and the face of Pakistan cricket. That's Zainab Abbas from Lahore and Jatin Sapru from right here in Mumbai with us for the second part of Roundtable. Welcome to this chat, Zainab and Jatin. Jatin?
Thanks, Andresh.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Zainab, I just want to start with you. What are the pressures like of presenting live cricket broadcast? If you can uh, elaborate, अगर आप लोगों को समझा सकें कि क्या होता है लाइव ब्रॉडकास्ट क्रिकेट में जो आपने अपने पिछले 5-6 सालों में सीखा है ऑन द जॉब, अगर आप लोगों को समझा सकें तो बहुत बढ़िया होगा.
Well, I don't think I can explain it in just a few words because there's so much that goes on. There's a lot of chaos in the background because you're trying to listen to the director's instructions and the producers in your ear. They're also managing what's happening on field. And apart from that, you're coordinating with, for example, if you're doing an interview on the ground, then you're coordinating with your floor manager. If you're doing studio, then studio is completely different. You have guests in the studio, but a lot of the times you're trying to play all the sponsored packages and making sure that you fulfill all the sponsored commitments. And at the same time, you're trying to watch the game and keep yourself ahead of what's happening, because at the end of the day you have to talk about it, and if you don't know what you're watching, then obviously you won't be able to talk about it properly, at least. So I think it's just multiple things happening at the same time, and I feel like in the last 4-5 years, the one thing that I've really picked up on, which I only picked up after a certain level experience, was how to cover up something if you've done incorrectly. There obviously we are human, and there are times जब हम कुछ गलत बोल देते हैं, कुछ मुंह से निकल आता है या whatever, right? So it's just about how you, sometimes if I say something incorrectly, I'll just be like, oh, pardon me, this is what I mean, or I'll make a joke about it. So these are things that you kind of learn with experience. And shuru mein, obviously, when you're starting up, then it's a little, you're trying to find your feet. It's like you have teething issues, just like any other thing. But then eventually with time, you learn how to improvise in front of the camera, because there are times like sometimes I miss what the director is saying in my ear. It could be for any reason, right? आवाज नहीं आ रही, कोई technical issue हो गया, कुछ हो गया. So then it's just about improvisation and how you kind of take it from there. So yeah, I mean, it's been a learning experience. I'm still learning.
Jatin, आपका experience कैसा रहा?
See, a lot of it Zainab's covered. I'll just try and simplify it. क्योंकि लोग शायद movies जैसे बनती हैं वो ज़्यादा अच्छे से उनको पता होता है. So just imagine we are actors. यहाँ पे स्क्रिप्ट थोड़ी हमारी होती है जो हम उसे एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, लेकिन शो प्लान वो एक प्रोड्यूसर करता है, वो एक डायरेक्टर करता है, एंड दे हैव प्लान्ड अ फ्लो. दे वांट थिंग्स टू बी टाइम्ड, तो हर एक सेकंड की अहमियत बहुत होती है और हमें वो एग्जीक्यूट करना है. और उसी के बीच में हमारे जहन में एक डायरेक्टर होता है, एक प्रोड्यूसर होता है, बिकॉज वी आर कॉन्स्टेंटली इम्प्रोवाइजिंग, बिकॉज दे डोंट नो हाउ द गेस्ट विल रिएक्ट. So you have to make sure that the broadcast is always pacey and the guests are always engaged. तो वो आपको on the spot समझना है कि शो से मेरे प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर को चाहिए क्या, और मेरा जो गेस्ट है या मैं प्लेयर को इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूँ उसको और बेहतर कैसे आप कंटेंट निकाल सकते हैं. So it's a very fluid process. But apart from that, in terms of pressure, the second pressure bit that is because both of us are outsiders. So अगर आप क्रिकेट खेल चुके हैं, आप वो कम्युनिटी से होते हैं, you can probably get away with a few things that we cannot. So constantly you have to know and monitor what you're saying. It should not come across as you're sounding like an expert. You're encroaching on someone else's territory, because even if you're stating a fact, something which is obvious, you don't have the credibility to make it as believable as an expert would. So you have to maintain that line that you don't cross. So that's always something which is good to keep in mind.
Zainab, ये हमने देखा है कि ये commentary जो है mostly has become like a old cricketers club. Is it difficult or easy to deal with that kind of a situation? where you only have more and more ex-cricketers coming into the commentary box, and the likes of Harsha Bogle or Cass Naidu come hote ja rahe hain. So is it difficult or easy as a presenter to deal with that ex-cricketers club?
I mean, are you asking from a commentary perspective or a
I'm saying
presenting
from a
perspective?
presenter's perspective, because ये बहुत ज़्यादा एक ex-cricketers club बनते जा रहा है. So is
Hmm.
it difficult or easy to deal with it?
See, I don't know. Like, I mean, I've been fortunate enough, at least in my career, that I've met very supportive people, so to speak. Like, I think it's really about what kind of relationship that you develop with them on set or when you're working with them. Because if you develop a good relationship, then it kind of reflects on screen as well. I mean, there have been times when kuch hua hai and an ex-cricketer or a player has helped me out. I don't know. I could be cuffing, I could be saying something, and like, so I feel like it's very important to develop that chemistry on set, or even if you're interviewing somebody. I always feel like I always go up to them and have a quick chat with them, and it could be something about completely something different. So yes, I mean, I know that I'm not an ex cricketer, and I'm not somebody who's played the game, but that's not even my job. Like, my job as a presenter is to facilitate and ask them good, intelligent questions. It's not really to prove to be an expert. However much we might know the game, we might understand the game, but I mean, Jatin will tell you that the top directors of the world and producers will tell you the same thing, that you are not an expert. Don't try and be an expert. Let that expertise come from them. You are just supposed to improvise, right? And ask questions and understand. I mean, there are lots of good questions you can ask from, considering from whatever they're saying, right? You can pick it up from there and take leads and ask good questions. So I mean, the old cricketers club, I mean, we do have examples like Alison Mitchell now, in the world. We do have, like you said, Cass is there. There are, of course, they're not as much in number. There'll always be more people, who have played the game and are commenting on it. But like, for me, I don't really think about it like that. कि किसने खेला है, किसने नहीं खेला. I just feel like I focus on my job and how to make myself better, if you know what I mean.
Jatin, picking from what Zainab said, is it difficult or easy to put a cricketer like that on the spot? मतलब अब दोस्ती बनाते हैं फिर बाद में उनको spot पे डालना difficult or easy होता है?
I'll actually give this answer in a few steps. Just first coming, how tough is it to get into the cricketers club? It's obviously a lot easier a broadcaster के लिए if he puts an established face on camera, right? आपकी जो audience है, they know the person. They will take to that person well. तो एक जो experimentation आप कर रहे हैं, क्या ये बंदा चलेगा नहीं चलेगा, that risk you're negating. B, there are a lot of fantastic ex-cricketers who have that camera presence and very witty who are coming through. So आपके पास that is a choice available. Now for people like me or Zainab, we have had to, and maybe that's one of the reasons I've been doing commentary now for about 3 years. But before 3 years, I've been part of cricket broadcast production as a reporter, as a presenter for about 9 years. तो अब मैं जिनके साथ commentary कर रहा हूँ, they have seen me devoted to this field over a period of time. So they're very encouraging. Someone like VVS, Irfan, Gautam, Ashish Nehra. So I don't have to constantly ask questions because वो commentary अलग हो जाती है. Commentary is not just asking questions. You're also describing the game. You don't have to be an expert, but if it's a cover drive, you call the cover drive. So, our job, what Harsha has done or Alan's done beautifully is there's wordplay involved. There is still place for it. But I think it only becomes easier for people like us to crack that code once the cricketers know that we are not in it for fame. हम ऐसे नहीं कि आए टीवी पे आएंगे and हमें सिर्फ ये pedestal use करना है for greater things in life. So they have seen over a period of time that this is what we love, this is our passion, and they respect our knowledge. And they respect the fact that we never question them. We don't question them unnecessarily. There are good questions, like Zainab said, but eventually they need to value your presence in the broadcast, and non-cricketers have to earn that. I certainly believe that commentary is sacrosanct. People will not listen or like you if they don't know you, right? So Zainab's been there for years. People have seen her on the field talking to players. They've seen the chemistry that she's got. Then they start respecting her opinion on cricket. Only then can that opinion come into the commentary box. It's a process. And similarly with me, maybe over a period of time, because when I started commentary, there were a lot of people saying, how is he in the com box? But there were more people probably saying that we're glad to see him in the com box. So, you have to make people believe too that you understand the game, and that happens over a period of time. And then I think it's easier. But I don't think there is any snob value. Jo khel chuke hain, at least all the people that I work with, all the cricketers I work with, no one has made me feel you're an outsider.
जैनब, जतिन की तरह आप भी कमेंट्री करना शुरू कर चुके हैं इस साल। मैंने देखा आपने पीएसएल में उर्दू कमेंट्री किया था, तो ये कमेंट्री क्या नेक्स्ट स्टेप है, और is it only Urdu, or will you also be doing English? And is now local the new global?
So Isdaba, what happened was that they wanted to introduce Urdu commentary in PSL because again, it is the common dialect over here in Pakistan, and not everybody wants to listen to English. I mean, there is an audience for it, right? So इन्होंने 5 overs के लिए introduce किया. Like they said that we'll just do it for 5 overs and then we'll see the response, and from there onwards we'll decide कि next year maybe we can have a complete different feed, Urdu feed going on a completely different channel, right? So it was a huge hit. People loved it. Just to give you guys a bit of a background about how this came into play. So before the PSL started, they said to me that the idea of Urdu commentary is it's not going to be very cricket centric heavy in that sense, right? We're not really going into the technical aspects because abhi tak ki jo Urdu commentary Pakistan mein hui hai, it is so pure and it is so वो मुश्किल लफ्ज़ जो शायद मुझे भी नहीं आते वो यूज हुए हैं, तो वो थोड़ा सा outdated style था करने का. People didn't want to listen to that. People want to listen to banter. People want to listen to, I mean, this is the feedback that we were getting from there. So that's why they asked me, and I said, oh yeah, they said, we want you to have fun on air. Of course, describe the game if there's something is happening, and but beech mein baat karo, have a bit of a chat. So that's how I did it. And of course, like Jatin said, you are working with the greats. You are sitting, next to a Ramiz Raja or Waqar Yunus or whoever, but like you learn so much from them, even sitting next to them. Like there were things initially I was a bit like, acha mujhe cricket ki samajh to hai and all that, but how is this going to play out? Like, me sitting with them, and it was on my mind, but like Waqar bhai was extremely helpful. Like he told me ke little things like, mic ko zyada idhar na rakho, like stuff like that. Which sometimes unconsciously you have seen people do it, but like आपको याद नहीं होता. So I really enjoyed it. I don't think it was like I got used to it. Like after a few gigs I was like अच्छा चलो ठीक है. So I was doing a few overs, then I had to in the second innings sometimes be downstairs to do ground interviews, so I couldn't do all 10, but it was like a mix and match. So like they were getting some celebrities in the comms box as well. And as far as English, the second part of your question is concerned, English commentary, I don't know. Like I can't see, the thing with me is I've never really planned my career us tarah se. I mean, that's just how it is. It's never been like, okay, now I'm up dekhna, next year I'm going to get into English commentary or whatever. It's just things have happened naturally for me, whatever has happened so far. If naturally there is an opportunity for me where I, is tarah ka kuch hota hai, to yes, but there's no set commitment in my head that okay, this is what I'm going to be doing next year or something like that.
Well, Jatin, आपके लिए Hindi has become like a big thing in at Star and all the local languages as well. Because I'm a Tamilian, so I understand the Tamil commentary, which is very funny, and Marathi as well, which I understand very funny again. So हिंदी से कितना फायदा हो, because it's got a mass following, और आप चूंकि उसमें commentary कर रहे हैं, तो कितना फर्क पड़ा आपको?
Yeah, I think India, Pakistan, जो सबकॉन्टिनेंट है, English is not our first language, right? हम जहाँ पे रहते हैं, we live in big cities, and you'd like to believe, you know, that everyone talks in English, everyone's gone to English medium schools. लेकिन the connect with the country, you know, it's always like India and Bharat. So we live in India, लेकिन Bharat is much bigger, and उन लोगों को अपनी language मिलनी चाहिए. Look at the biggest sports leagues in the world. I was in Spain in Barcelona. I had very limited channels in the hotel. La Liga was only coming in Spanish, right? They don't even, हम तो फिर भी बहुत English words का इस्तेमाल करते थे अपनी हिंदी में. बाकी यूरोप में कोई English word ही नहीं होता. So you know, we need to make this a thing about pride too. You don't have to say, अरे हिंदी में देख रहे हो, अरे उर्दू में देख रहे हो. यार आपकी भाषा है, उसको enjoy करो. Hindi's reach is cumulative. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's bigger than everything else put together, right? But at least you're not forcing people with two options. Like you said, there's a starsports Tamil channel. Bengali mein unki apni commentary hai, Marathi mein hai, Kannada mein hai, and there are greats. Like when you do Kannada commentary, you've got Venkatesh Prasad, you've got Kundappa Vishwanath, and when you do Tamil, you've got Krishnamachari Shrikant, L. Balaji. So people get their local heroes. The banter is more localized. The chatter is more localized. So you have options. I want to enjoy a game. You know, if someone's watching the IPL, he's sitting with his family, he's sitting with his parents, and only the main person is a hardcore cricket fan. So they want some, you know, masala. You need to bring peripheral audiences into cricket, where I think this different languages and commentary has really helped. And उसी के साथ साथ जैसे मैंने बोला हिंदी there's a major chunk, and जब आप जाते हो छोटे शहरों में लोगों को अच्छा लगता है कि यार उनको गेम आप उनकी भाषा में समझा रहे हो. And there are different challenges. Like she said, Urdu wanted to be more fun. इसी तरीके से हिंदी, अब English will remain sacrosanct because English is world feed, that goes to the world, right? So if you got a superstar in India coming at the IPL, the same feed is also being watched by someone in the UK. He might not know who this person is. He's really big. So localized banter does not work. But in your local language, you have that liberty to do that. So I think it's defined different branches of commentary very well, जो localized languages हैं, and इसका अपना मजा है, इसका अपना flavor, and it's just added to the package. I think it's brought more people to come and watch the game, जो पहले थोड़ा alienated feel करते थे, क्योंकि शायद अच्छे समझ नहीं आ रहा. एक होता है ना, you suited booted in the English com box. It's different maybe somewhere else when watching. Lots of things that you see in research will disconnect the audience. I think this localization of commentary has really helped the sport.
Last couple of questions. Zainab, who's been the most fun commentator that you've worked with in all these years?
There've been many. I mean, like, I'll have to think about it. I think, I mean, to be honest, everybody has their own style of, you know, doing commentary and being a guest on a show. But I would say that somebody who's really helped me actually really grow is Michael Slater. Like obviously he did the first year of PSL. I can't remember first year, second year. I can't remember the exact but when he started. But you know, like he was somebody who would give you voluntary help. Like I didn't need to ask him or something. He himself would say, you know, you could do it like this, because remember, he's also been a television presenter. Like he still does that, apart from being you know, a commentator, ex-cricketer, whatever you want to, whichever way you want to put it. So he was very, very helpful, like just in terms of linking, in terms of you know, helping me. And then he would discuss things like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Like he was very proactive. So I really like that about him, and he's till date, you know, I think he's one of the best guys. And it's not just me, actually. Like there's a few people who have worked with him who genuinely say the same thing about him, ke, you know, बहुत ज़्यादा helpful hai, and like he will always be supportive or help you out if you need it. And the other thing is, he makes you feel very much at ease. You know, like that is also वो एक तो obviously हम लोग like इतना experience हो गया है कि वैसे आप थोड़े comfortable, मतलब in front of the camera हो गए. लेकिन अगर आपके पास guest ऐसा आ जाए जो वैसे खुद भी बड़ा चिल्ड आउट हो और थोड़ी मस्ती करे, मजा करे, तो फिर आपका ऑटोमेटिकली शो या आपकी जो कमेंट्री भी अगर है वो ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत अच्छी हो जाती है. दैट्स द वे आई लुक एट इट.
शो तभी बेटर होता है इफ द गेस्ट इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड ना. वो शो की एनर्जी आप जितना मर्जी ट्राई कर लो और वो जनता को दिख जाता है. It has to be teamwork. And yeah, I'm actually surprised as Zen you didn't pick up because I've had the chance to work with Wasim bhai, Pukar bhai, Ramesh bhai. वो तो ओपनिंग इतनी अच्छी मिलती है. रमीज भाई आते हैं, स्टार्ट उनकी जुल्फों से करना है, वेदर रिपोर्ट ऐसी हो जाती है, हवा कितनी चल रही है उनकी जुल्फों में दिख जाता है. वसीम भाई के वन लाइनर्स क्लास. That sense of humor is incredible.
और
वीरू सहवाग is फराटा. वीरू पाजी के साथ कभी कभी डरे होता है. उनके साथ जितना अच्छा और स्ट्रॉन्ग आपका बॉन्ड है, मतलब उतनी ज्यादा आपकी फिरकी लेने वाले हैं. लाइक कभी मेरे को माइक पे रख के बोल रहा है, वीरू रहन दो यार, तो बोलते अरे अच्छा लगता है सबको सुनने दे. मतलब हाँ, मजा तो सबको आ रहा है, लेकिन आप वार्ड तो मेरी लगा रहे हो. So he is amazing. But everyone यार, there is, मतलब you know that entire generation, no? वीरेंद्र सहवाग, आशीष नेहरा, इरफान पठान, हरभजन सिंह, हम लोग बातों में मेरे को साथ दिया है. VVS Lakshman, VVS, when you find something funny, people don't get to watch it. VVS is like on the commentary box or table होता है, he's laughing on that. You have to watch. मैं कभी वीडियो निकालूंगा VVS when he's laughing. No, it's beautiful. So everyone, yeah, it's just been phenomenal seeing this side of these guys.
Final question to the both of you, starting with you, Zainab. एक advice अगर आप किसी को देना चाहते हैं who is trying to get into this profession, looking at you and Jatin, what would you give?
I would just say, first of all, realize that there are no shortcuts in life. You have to work very hard. There's this profession demands crazy working hours. Sometimes you're on set late. Sometimes you're working like you're not getting enough sleep. Like at least when you're doing tournaments, whether it's the IPL or PSL, it's back to back, lots of traveling. And no matter what you say, it does take a toll on you. It does take a toll on your body. It does take a toll on you mentally when you're in that rut every single day. So you have to be tough, I feel, and you need to really love the game or love the sport, whichever. If you're covering other sports, you have to be passionate about it. Otherwise you won't be able to sustain yourself, because it's at the end of the day you have to wake up thinking that okay, let's get ready to go on set or whatever, and be in an upbeat mood. It can't be कि जी मैं TV पे आ रहा हूँ या मैं TV पे आके famous हो जाऊंगी, because I'm sure like that's not how I started, and that's not probably how Jatin started either. It was never कि जी we are going to become the biggest stars on television or whatever. It was always that we just have to do our job properly, and then automatically if you do good work, people do recognize you for it. So yes, work hard, prepare well, and know your stuff. There's no like you can't be not knowing what you're talking about. So you can't just be a face on television. You need to be understanding the game and have genuine love for it, because I feel like when there is genuine love for the game, trust me, the viewers also see it. They know 100%. I mean, audience is very smart these days. वो फौरन यूं करके बता देते हैं कि इसको पता है, इसको समझ है, इसको वाकई कोई लव है गेम से या नहीं है. वो पता चल जाता है. So you can't be pretentious on camera. You have to be as real as possible. So yeah.
Jatin, आप क्या कहेंगे?
Yeah, I think Zainab's summed it up. It's not about glitz and glamour. बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि हम सीधा पहुंचते हैं स्टूडियो, माइक उठाते हैं, खत्म करते हैं, फ्लाइट लेते हैं, वापस चले आते हैं. It's not that. There is, like she said, there is a lot of work. ये ना सोचें कि आपको क्रिकेट के सारे स्टैट पता है, क्रिकेट बहुत अच्छे से पता है. That automatically means you'll become a great broadcaster. जो आप देखते हैं, that is just a very small part of broadcast. Broadcast चलाना, उससे पहले आपको टेलीविजन समझना पड़ता है या रेडियो समझना पड़ता है, और उसमें बहुत टाइम लगता है. You cannot straight away become a television face without knowing what happens in the back end. So start small. Start from the tiniest opportunity you get to enter the broadcast setup, and things will then follow, and time लगेगा. ये फटाफट नहीं होगा. This will take years. So you have to give this profession years. And third, do it for the right reason. Like she said, don't think कि यहाँ पे आना है famous होने के लिए. वो चलेगा नहीं. People will find your the audience, and you'll never probably get that respect from the cricketers you work with. Be in it if you love the game. Be in it because you fall in love with the broadcast medium, and be in it because that's all you want to do. So have your heart in the right place.
Actually, what Jatin said, the second point, I think that's the most crucial one, that you don't need to just have a knowledge. Of course, that's very important. The understanding of television and what happens behind is actually much more important, because remember, you are the one who's in the driving seat, right? So you are the person who's anchoring the whole thing. So you need to know and understand what's happening in the background. चाहे जितनी भी knowledge होगी, अगर आपको television की understanding नहीं है, broadcast की नहीं है, तो वो नहीं होगा. लेकिन वो I think एक तो time के साथ आती है, ठीक है? You have to be a keen learner. You learn through your mistakes and errors and whatever you make, and guidance. I would say, like if you do have people who can guide you, absorb it, just take it on. Like, all these directors, producers, Jatin will tell you that they are the main people. We are obviously doing what they're telling us, but a good director is somebody who can really make a difference. Like that's the way I look at it.
थैंक्स अ लॉट बोथ ऑफ यू. आप दोनों आए हमारे चैट पे, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. आई एम श्योर कि काफी लोगों को मजा आया होगा और कुछ सीखे होंगे आप दोनों से. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप दोनों का.
Thank you, Chandresh.
Thank you, Chandresh. Thank you, Jatin.
Good seeing you, Zainab. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, guys.
Take care.
See you. Bye.